But first, I want to talk about this beautiful new moon that we have October 1st. And this new moon is, of course, a new beginning. It's in the sign of Libra. It also conjuncts Jupiter, which moved into Libra on September 9th. And Jupiter, of course, is the planet of expansion and gifts and luck, and it expands anything it's around. And Libra is about harmony and love and universal love. So the focus is going to be quite a bit on personal growth and personal relationships, and emphasize that actually. You know, Venus in Libra signifies, again, plentiful of love. It's also going to be aspected by Neptune, this full moon is. So Neptune has the personality of opposing logic. Has nothing to do with the concrete, tangible world, but it's more a source of creativity, imagination, and intuition. And it loves to spend time in the ethereal, spiritual, daydreaming aspects. So really it's a higher octave of Venus. So this is really going to be a powerful and beautiful new moon for everyone. So personally, a Libra new moon ruled by Venus, aspected by Neptune, signifies creativity, finer perception, unconditional love, living from the heart space. So in our everyday life and relationships, what we need to do and what we can do to benefit is to ask ourselves, how can we be the best we can be and come from the heart when we're talking with others? Because, you know, a lot of times we have those conversations that need to come up, and whether it's with our spouse or a parent or a child or a friend, and my puppy's talking right now. And we want to come from a place, hopefully, of not being judgmental, of not coming from the ego. And one thing that I do, and that might be of interest to you or might serve you, is to imagine your eyes rolling down into your heart. And when you do that, instead of seeing things from the perspective of vision, which of course you'll keep that anyway, but the eyes and the heart expand your heart space, expand love. It helps you drop any type of ego or judgment about the other person when discussing and communicating with them. So you might want to try that. It works for me. Even in a grocery store, if someone has a bad attitude, I may not say anything. I'll just open my heart space. And hopefully we can all relate to each other with the new spiritual principles and the highest expression of ourselves with this new moon. So also there's going to be a feeling of leaving the past behind. Any disappointments, relationships, money, careers, what didn't work, jobs, what didn't work, and to move forward to a much higher place, much higher feeling of lightness, actually. So obviously there's real inspiration with this new moon on October 1st. I think everyone's going to enjoy it and really benefit from it. Okay, Sagittarius, I have pulled the 4 cards for you for this month. A variety of cards. So let's see what's going on. They want to stay together. Okay, interesting. Okay, well, the first card is the 8 of Pentacles. So it feels like you guys are working hard. You're starting off the month, or you're making plans for this month to really be not only successful, but prosperous. As you can see, this is a guy who's working diligently on this 8th pentacle. He has the other 7 hanging on the wall. So this is not someone who's starting off new in life, or this is a new job. This is someone who has much experience. As you can see, he's not a younger gent. He's an older guy, very accomplished in what he does. So kudos to you guys that are really loving what you do. You're using your craft the way you feel like it serves others. You're making money. Could be a new opportunity to come from this because it is an 8, and 8 signifies feeling our own power. It could signify a contract. It could that you're working with someone on a company. I'm hearing the words venture capitalist. I'm really not sure what that means. It could mean that any of you Sagittarians that are working on a business and you need more money, that this could be in October, a good time to ask for a loan to help you out. So this is an awesome card to start off your month with. The next card is the Oak King, which is the same as the Hanged Man in traditional tarot. So I love this Oak King. Look at his horns, and of course when the Magician is upright, it looks like his one leg is down on the ground and his other one's behind him. So a little bit of a dance. But he's also pointing to this figure 8, this infinity symbol. It feels to me, too, like sometimes this guy is a Capricorn, very earth-oriented type person. But usually the Hanged Man signifies a pause, meditation, being out in nature, considering all your options. It might be doing a 180-degree change on something that you've been doing, but you really want to reflect on it and think about it before you make that change. And it feels like that's what this card is about. It could be that this opportunity here brings about more prospects, more opportunities, and you need to think on it and consider it. And then the third card that comes up is the 6 of Pentacles. So you have 2 Pentacle cards here, Sagittarius. And this Pentacle card normally signifies, and it does signify, harmony and money. And as you can see, it's very generous. Looks like she's loaning money to others. Now notice in this particular card, the artwork, this guy has his hand behind his back. It looks like he's hiding a little bit, and he has one hand out. So just the caution here is just to discern who you want to loan money to. Discern who is it you want to be generous with. Because you may have the bucks this month to do that. It could be a child, it could be parents, but just discerning. It feels like you're being generous. Here's the Pentacles up here, the 6 Pentacles. Actually, they're 6.5. So it's interesting. More money coming to you so that you can be of benefit to someone else. And then the last card of the month is the Moon card. And this is really one of my favorite depictions of the Moon card, because as you can see, she's looking out over the pond. She's looking at the reflection of the moon instead of the moon itself. So here's all her intuitive guidance right here. And she's not looking at that. She's looking at the reflection, which is not the truth. So sometimes this card can be a feeling of being afraid, or there's different options and not knowing which one to take. Use your intuitive abilities, because it feels like that towards the end of the month, something may come up, a situation to where you really need to look at all sides and gain clarity, is what I'm getting. And I'm looking at this fish in this water. And so it's going to be about your emotions too, and your intuition. So really feel into it. Let's gain some clarity on this. Pull some cards. Some clarification cards. Okay, this is with the Hanson Roberts deck. All right, well, the Hierophant card came out, and this is about spiritual understanding. Could be about taking classes or just an understanding, an understanding of principles, of ideas. It could be about gaining information through school, through structure. So this is a spiritual guy, and this is sort of an intuitive card. So it's very interesting to me. Let's see what else comes up. All right, well, this card continues to come up. Probably 4 or 5 signs as a clarification card this month. So I'm not really surprised because the Eight of Cups is a life-changing card. It means that you're moving on from something that you have gotten in order. Maybe it wasn't always great, but you feel good enough to leave it now. It could be a project. It could be an everyday situation. It could be a relationship. It could be a job or business. There's my puppy whining. He sees an animal outside. So, it just feels like that you feel good about this now. You've got everything in order. You're looking up in the stars into the sky. Sorry about that. And also here's the moon card again here too. So I'll be interested to see when the middle of the month comes, when the full moon, I believe, is probably October 15th or so, because these full moons represent your intuition, they represent endings and moving on, moving towards what else is there. So there's more growth, more opportunity, pretty good spread, Sagittarius, making money, being generous, really reflecting on things, and having the opportunity to use your psychic insights. Okay, I'm going to add these up numerologically for you. Here's 8 and 12 is 20, and 6, 26, and 18 is 26 and 18 is 44, right? Wow, okay, 44 is a master number. 44 is about combining forces with nature, being very practical, but also 44 life paths, man, they can make things happen. They're very grounded. They can put structures together. And I say structural foundations together. The master builder actually is what a 44 is a master builder. So you have the opportunity to do that this month. You have the opportunity to stay very grounded. And I'm sorry I'm tapping, but it just feels right. And I encourage you to do so.